forever, and I had to go dig through my Maggie Holmes box, which is in the bottom of another giant box, and the giant box that's on top of it is freaking heavy, and my boyfriend wasn't home, and my son's not home, and so it was just like a little heavy for me. I almost hurt myself. Also, American Crafts is having, and I don't know if they're still having it, but 50% off sale on a bunch of stuff, including a lot of Maggie Holmes crepe paper type ephemera and stuff. So anyway, if you haven't checked it out, you should. So what I'm going to make today, and something I make all the time and I use all the time, are library pockets. So, and it's kind of funny because I'm a librarian, and I actually brought home a bunch of library cards because I don't use library, you know, the library cards that you put in the books, not the actual library card used to check out a book. And I don't use those anymore because I'm all automated and I don't use cards anymore. So I have like stacks of them and bunches of old ones that were used, you know, and I don't know what I did with them. So I use tags. I also used a Maggie Holmes die set, and I can't find it right now because I had made a bunch of flower clusters from this set, and if I remember what it is, I will try and post it. Or someone puts it in the comments that they want to know what the name of the die set is I used, I will go and dig it out and put it in the comments because I probably will forget because I'm doing this like 10 o'clock at night on Sunday, making this video. But I had cut out a bunch of Maggie Holmes die cuts from this die set that I had and made these flower clusters 2 years ago. And I had them in a little bin. And so I used all of that to decorate. Not quite from the same collection, but it's okay because most of her stuff kind of all goes together. So that's kind of what I did. So the paper that I'm using is Heritage. And I have the, what do you call that? The craft kit or paper kits or whatever it is. I have that, and it doesn't have lots of paper. It has a couple sheets of, you know, glitter cardstock, and it has a bunch of like cardstock that's solid, but only has like 3 sheets of actual pattern paper. So it was maybe 4. So anyway, it was a little bit difficult to work around it, but that's okay. And plus their paper is, you know, unless you buy the single sheets, which sometimes I do buy single sheets. I prefer it actually because then it's double-sided. But when you don't buy it, you buy it in a paper pad, then it's single, and then you got to work around that. So anyway, this measures 8 3/4. You can do any size you want. 8 3/4 by, I believe it's 3 3/4. And then I scored it at 3 inches. So it gives me a pocket. Super easy. If you're using like a short, if you don't have a 12 by 12 sheet of paper that you're working with or a large sheet of paper, then you could piece it together and make and do 2 pieces of paper and kind of make a little gusset and fold it over and make an envelope. I mean, there are ways around it. I do it all the time. So I'm just going to use glue because why not? And so I'm just going to do the 2 sides, and it's like the easiest thing, but you also, there's certain things if you have, I mean, there's lots of different, and I think I've got one on my channel of some envelopes that are pockets that I had made, library pockets. And sometimes she uses vellum, and I don't know. I'm just kind of doing my own thing, but you definitely could do it more in the style of Maggie Holmes. I just didn't have the time. I mean, I thought about doing some tickets, and maybe I'll do that for the next Maggie Holmes collab if I decide to do my next one. Then, which I probably will, I'll do some tags because I just got this tag die. And so I have this cute little deer and then this little cluster, and I already had it in my stash, which made me so happy because I didn't have a lot of time. And so it just reminds me sometimes just to create stuff and have it in my stash. And then when I have to do a quick project, I actually have stuff. So, I mean, it was just perfect. So sometimes that works out. And I have a couple. I have this one die that does these flowers, but I also have like the OG Maggie Holmes die, which I love and I will never get rid of. Glitter paper is a pain in the butt to have stick. So I've got that. And then I want to do a sticker. And what do I want to do? I want to do something that fits. I'll do delightful is what I'll do. Why not? So, and what I've been doing, and I mean, before I would hoard. And so I am on a no hoarding thing. So I feel no shame in using my Maggie Holmes stuff for random projects. And so this is actually a Project Life, I think, card. The Big Higgins. I can't remember what collection. It is a Maggie Holmes collection. I think it might be Chasing Dreams. And all I did was kind of cut it down so that it would fit in the pocket, which is still a little tight, but that's all right. So there we go. That's the first one. And so then let's do the second one. So here's the second one. Now this one, I'm actually going to have it go this way. You could have it go this way too, but I'm going to have it this way. And so this measures 8 by 3 3/4, and then you just fold it in half. So you score it at 4, fold it in half, and then you got a pocket. And then I just used a circle punch to do a half circle cutout. And super easy. You know, if you want to buy Maggie Holmes library pockets, it's like $6 and you get like 4, maybe 5. So I think I have them somewhere actually. And I just keep them for inspiration. But you can totally make these on your own and they're super easy. So right here, I just used actually the leftover gold cardstock I had from there. I didn't want to have any scrap. So I just used my scallop punch, because if you look at the library pockets that Maggie Holmes has, she has some with scalloped edges. And obviously this is not an exact, like, let's make stuff just like Maggie Holmes. I think it's more of an inspired by Maggie Holmes. And so now we've got our little deer. And I'm so grateful that I had these cut out, because I don't know. I'm getting ready. I mean, this is going to post tomorrow, and I actually don't have very much longer of my vacation. I go back to school in the end of July. I work before the teachers do, and then we have a lot of days of PD and professional development, and I'm like dead man walking. I've got not a lot of time, and I guess I shouldn't be so sad because I had 8 weeks off, but there's just the feeling of being, that the time is done, even though, I should be grateful, right? Okay, so what do I want to do? I think I will do, I will do magical moments. Why not? And put a little glue on there so it'll stick. And there's that. And I've got do I want to use this one? I think so. I've got a tag here. Hopefully this is the one that I meant to go in here. And I just decorated it with, this is also Maggie Holmes die. And just a tag I had in my stash. And so here is this one. Okay, so this one is, it measured 8 by 3 3/4, and then I folded it in half, and then I did my scallop punch. I might have folded it, maybe not in half. I don't know, 3 3/4 maybe, and then I did my scallop punch. So I really like how this one came out. Actually, this one looks really good with the scallop edge. And then I just did glue. I mean, these are super, super easy. And what's really great about these is I will find a way to use these in a project somehow. And maybe I'll just do a bunch of stuff like this, and in the end just make some sort of album or journal or junk journal or something like that. And then I can use all these pieces that I'm going to make, or if I stick with the Maggie Holmes collab. It is a good way to use it, my Maggie Holmes. Then I could just use all that stuff. But it's nice to have these on hand because it is surprising how often I do use some of these like little bits and pieces of things that I make. So this is a cut apart I had done for another project and then didn't use. So I'm going to use it here. And, you know, I used all of these cute little flower clusters. So I'm pretty happy about that. I do enjoy when I don't waste. Okay, I'm going to do that. And I'll put this right like that. And yeah, I just used bits of scrap of paper that I had. And there we go. Get that on there. And let's see, what do I want to do? I think I'm going to do this one that says Happy Home, because I got a little house there. And like that. And then with this tag, this is cardstock from the collection. It's like this very light lavender type color, purple color. And I have that We Are Memory Keepers punch that does these little hole thingies. And that's what I did. I used that little hole punchy thingy. So, and there we go. So we have 3 library pockets all done in the style of Maggie Holmes. So I really think it's got that Maggie Holmes feel. And you could do this obviously with any collection or thing that you have. But if you're wanting to do Maggie Holmes pockets like she sells or she has sold in her collections, you can make them in the style of that. You just kind of, you know, cut down your paper and fool around with it. And they're really, really easy to use. I mean, I've seen other videos. I think Craft Purge might have one I saw years ago. And I think she used like tape to tape hers down. So you could do whatever you want. But I just use glue because it's fast and easy and super fun. And now these can just go into a project. They can get tied to a gift bag. They can, you know, they can go on the front of a card. You could do a lot of things with these. They're really fun. So thank you so much for watching. This is Cindy of Creating the Heart.